Richard Talks! Richard! What was that? Hi! Ow. Good morning. Good afternoon. Hi. Hey, I told you, we had this discussion. I know. It's hard to keep your hands off me, but you're just going to have to try. You know? Fern Gully. That didn't work. Hi, everybody. My guest is not here yet. Hopefully he'll make it in. But he's a busy guy and he lives on the West Coast, so we'll see. We will see. Let's jump in though and say some highs and get up and running, and then we'll go from there. You know, it says the very first person I can see is Lisa, Roots and Whiskers, and it says second. It says second. It says second. It doesn't. So I'm not sure who was first. It already cut it off. So, hi, Lisa. And there's Fishion. What's up, Fernando? After I delete Fernando's and Roots and Whiskers comment, I'm first. But it says second. I'm confuzzled. Dropping the links. Thank you, Sam. Good morning, Huawei. And Nano Aquarium Guy. What's up, Jay? What's happening? Bionic Bigfoot, he is here. He's a liar. That Bionic Bigfoot. Jenna P. and Chris Howell. Good morning. Jenna, what's going on? Jenna will be our guest in February. The 13th, I believe it is. She'll be hanging out with us on this afternoon delight. And next Tuesday will be Kelly Foreman, Dr. Foreman. And then Steven's going to be in there somewhere. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll have other people. Good morning, Jesse. Kalish, hello. Jeremy. Sorry, just a car. I'm not used to seeing cars driving over there, you know? There's not usually cars. See where the white truck is? There was just a car going there, and I'm not used to seeing that. So it looks weird out there today, doesn't it? It looks like it's fisheye lens type thing going on. I'm not sure. Oh, and look. Yeah. It's still messed up. Oh, there's that car. That's the car I saw. That's our neighbors that live down the hill. They live right past that little yellow house down there. They actually live here year round. One of the few people that do. Most of the people, like I said, most of the houses you see don't have anybody living there year round. Sky's nice. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit funny. It needs to have more open blue spots, but at least it's bright. It looks weird though. That camera looks weird. All right. Let's go back inside. It's safe inside. Hi, Rachel. Good morning. And Mupperoni. It's always a pleasure, Muppet. Hi there. We don't see enough of Muppet these days. Stephen P. Good morning. Jesse had some lasagna and steak and cheese roll for lunch. That sounds heavy, but it sounds good. Fathom Aquatics. Good morning. Robert Reed. Hello. Scotty the Fish Freak. He's working. And there's Kyle from Chicago. All you beautiful people. There's John. Good morning, John. What's happening? My Fish Tanks Aquatics. Coral Work is here. I said Coral Work. It's a dadgum freeway out there. Nice. It's heating up lunch for Steve. Yes, I'm off work February 13th for Mardi Gras. Gotcha. And hopefully that's a good day for you. If it's not, let me know. But we didn't even talk, Jenna. I went through Steven. I should have came directly to you. Instead of asking Steven. Big Cat, hello, good morning. I think I got everybody. Good morning. So, Alex, I'm not sure. hopefully we didn't get our times messed up or something. And hopefully he'll be coming in. If not, then we're just gonna do a normal day. We're just gonna have a normal day. Everything's working, all the stuff except for voice stuff. Some of the voice stuff doesn't work because I haven't set it up. There's ways to make it work here. Again, this is Talk Studio from Streamlabs. I said it right, Talk Studio. There is ways to make it work, but I haven't messed with it. And I think I have some lag between the voice too. Is that true? Are you guys seeing a little lag between sad trumpets? Did that work? I don't know if that works, to be honest. Why is this not? Here we go. There we go. I do Jenna's bookings. Stephen, give me my secretary for once. Yep. But see, Dennis is here today. See, I told you he was a liar. Don't trust him. He's got shifty eyes. Shifty eyes. Silver Creek, what's up, Tomatillo? It worked, but was quiet. Low volume, but it worked. Huh, that's weird. All right. I wonder why. Why would it be low volume? I do have it set to 50%, but that's usually good when it's just OBS. So we can bump that up. We can bump it up to let's try that. Is that any different? Maybe you're just getting picked up. Sad trumpet works okay. What's going on, Chris Howell? How are you today? You're working? He's always late, I swear. Alex. Yeah, he is. He is. His own streams, yeah. Actually sounds like we're hearing it through your speakers. That's what I sort of thought. Because it shouldn't. Okay. All right. So it really shouldn't work because it's the same as everything else. Same with the trumpets for Zenny, all that kind of stuff. And I didn't see Matt yet, but thank you, Matt, for reaching out to Myrtle for me. Myrtle is going to make us something like the trumpets that Zenny has for the winner. And again, tomorrow's the last day of the pellets. Tomorrow's the last day. So whoever the winner is will have their own little Myrtle intro thing. It'll just be quick. It'll be quick, like the trumpets are, something like that. But somebody will, whoever wins will have that. But that one will transfer. Like Zen Ginger has, she's got the sloth. Which will go away. Somebody else will get to pick their filter. But she's got the Grinch and she's got that one. Matt is just assigning people work on your behalf. Yeah, that's sort of what it was like. Oh, all right. The mic does sound better today, which, again, it's not OBS. A lot of the stuff is turned off, like the extra voice stuff and all of that is all turned off. I didn't mess with this. I got to mess with that. I hate how this is now. I'm going to fix that. What was I saying? Oh, this is just purely straight through Talk Studio. So that's no filters. Just like this, there's no filters or anything on here because this is all Talk Studios. Although I don't use filters on my main camera anyways. There's the other camera is always got something going on, right? I mean, that's got filters always. There's no filters on this. Let's just so the faces are always on, but they're a different camera. So it actually switches cameras. Oh, look at that. Wow. That's a filter. That is a filter. Look at it. It makes me look horrible. Oh my God. That's probably what I really look like. Maybe that's the real one. Maybe the other one is like tinted or something, but look at that. That is scheisse. Let's go. Let's get rid of that. That's how I looked the other day with the anemic thing, Okay. All right. hard to soar with the Eagles when you work with a bunch of turkeys. Stuff comes up. Stuff comes up, and life happens. So I don't let those types of things bother me. Jorge, good morning. What's up, dude? Life is life comes at you fast sometimes. So and people forget too. So I don't. It doesn't matter to me. There's a lot of things in life to get upset about, but I have enough of my own stupid things I get upset about that really don't matter. That I don't have room to get upset about other stuff that I have my own things that don't matter to get upset about. Label, good morning. Good morning. Fix the fish placement for continuity. Hi, Kara C. Hello, hello. Jorge, thank you. We'll just do this and see if Alex makes it in. If not, then we'll just do our normal. It's not a big deal. Again, I know people get busy. I know people forget things. It's morning, out there for Alex on the West Coast. West Coast. I don't wanna be your downtime. Kalish, good morning. No focus on tonight. Foxanne and Peplin are doing their members only, and then so the next focus on isn't even scheduled. I have nobody scheduled right now, currently, and it won't be this Saturday either. So the next one would be the 6th, but I still have to work on the schedule and stuff. 9 a.m. for Alex. Alex, yep. Alex has his own time zone. Yeah. Yep. Email 4 a.m. on Saturday. He might have slept through his alarm or something completely reasonable. Yeah. And that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, don't even worry about it, Chris. Again, if he makes it in, he makes it in. If not, it's not a big deal. It's not like I'm not used to being up here by myself for 2 hours. My eyes are killing me today, though. They really are. They really hurt. That's why I keep doing this. I don't have any eye drops, and I need to get some. I washed the hell out of the eyes just a little bit ago, but it really didn't help much. It actually felt like it made them drier. Sogren's is a pain in the ass. It really is. Let's see what else is going on out there. You can see we have no snow at all. I don't think there's a single bit of snow. Oh, there's a doggy. There's their white doggy. See it over by the white truck? I have no idea what the doggy's name is. It's probably going to come and shit in my yard. Hi, doggy. I haven't met their dog. He's out there wandering around. No snow, no ice on the lake in January. January. Again, look at this. Look at this. I'm going to show you something. This is a normal January. Oh, actually, I had a Facebook memory that showed it too. Let's see. Is that here somewhere? I have Facebook open because that's how I got a hold of Alex. Let me look at that. Nope, that's not it. Okay, so you know what? I'll just come back to YouTube and go to my own shorts, and I'll play this one, even though you won't be able to hear it. It is actually no, it's not shorts; it's videos. Sorry, hold on, bear with me. I want to show you why this is very, very different. Right in January, that doesn't look like that usually. This is very different for us. And I have a video from years and years ago of me kayaking in January, right out there, right with the part where you can see. Only it's west of us just a little bit from where we're currently sitting. Here we go. All right, hold on. All right, so share this. Hold on. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Sorry. Share. Okay, audio is on, so there we go. Okay. There we go. And let's see. Can I make that any better? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so this was posted 14 years ago. 14 years ago. But so if you look at right here, hopefully you can see the mouse moving. That's, that's the shore. So all of this is just the ice built up on top of the shore. Oh, it's playing very hesitantly. Yeah, it's not going to play good. Do I have anything else open? Yeah, I've got so much stuff open. Damn it. Come on. It's just not going to play. There we go. Nope. Maybe if I turn the sound off. So that's, I'm sitting in my kayak, and the icicles that you see there at the top are above my head. And now the black screen, that's a very important part of it. But see the striations, and look at this is another layer that used to be the top. You can see, isn't that cool? How you can paddle back into these. So that 10 foot of ice that's normally on the shore there, we have none. There's none. There's not a single bit of ice on the shore. This is normal. This 14 years ago, this is how it was every year. There would also be icebergs in the lake itself. All right, it's just not going to play. That's unfortunate. Let me try a different video too, just to see, and I'll turn off the sound. Sorry. You know what? Let's try that one again, but we'll turn off the sound and see if that makes any difference. Because there really isn't much to hear. I'm not talking or anything. It is just. No, it's still going to do the same, even without audio. It's just going to play like crap because I'm sharing it on a web page. If I was just doing OBS straight, I wonder if I could do that. Hold on. Let's stop this and let's see if OBS will do better. Hold, please. Nope, that's not what I want. Sorry, I hate dead air too. I hate dead air too. All right, let's try that one. Oh yeah, that's so much better. I was hoping that would do the trick. I guess we're not going to get to see it. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, I'll just let this play for a second. Oh yeah, thank you for all the ads. That made it run better. It was running fine till all the other crap came in. Oh, again, that's all well above my head sitting down in the kayak. And that's pretty standard. That's a normal January on Lake Ontario on the shore. It's so cool though. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Here, let's go back. Look how clear the water is too. It's just like actually that looks a little it's so crystal clear, the water that time of year, because it's so cold. It's right above freezing. It's probably 35 degrees, 40 degrees, somewhere around there. It's super cold, so that water is just clear. Here, let's. Man, it's all just running like crap trying to share it. I have a lot of videos. Let's see. Let's try this one. Oh, there we go. So you can see that's where I was just at. That's the cave I was just at. So you can see how much ice there is on built up on the shore. That's all ice. So when I talk about gathering wood and stuff, when it's like this, the wood gets stuck in that ice, and then just stays there. And then when the ice melts, that's when we pick up all the wood. And it's a lot better. It's a lot easier to pick up a mass quantity of wood when it's like that. All right. Okay. Scrolling back up. All right. Okay. I got to get caught up. If I'm up, Alex should be up. Yeah. And we might have got our messages, crossed or something. Good morning, Stain and everyone. Hi, Foxanne. Good morning. Good morning. Again, remember tonight's the members only. What kind of crappy computer these clowns give you, anyways? Chromebook. And again, that laptop is from the community. It was 2 years now. Has it been 2 years? I feel like it's closing in on 2 years. Yeah, I feel like it's been 2 years since you guys gave me Toasty gave me the router. This camera right here, because this other camera is the faces. It's over here. This over here, you can't see it. And the laptop, the camera, and the router. Okay. Streamlab account. You should be able to. There's Alex. No, Alex, you should be able to come right in. It shouldn't ask you. You should be able to just to click that link, Alex, and it should bring you in, just like StreamYard. You shouldn't have to have an account or anything, just like StreamYard. Clicking that link, unless I sent you the wrong link. Let me just verify. No, that's right. MTA2E. Let's make that is. There he is.
Hey, sorry, I'm an idiot. I was trying to figure out what was like how to do it. It was like it was telling me something about like needing to open Chrome, and I'm like, I'm in Chrome. What's happening? I'm sorry, but then I read the very first line, which was copy and paste the link into your browser, which apparently I had missed in my idiocracy. But sorry about that.
Don't be sorry. Just do better.
Yes. How are you doing,
brother? It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you.
I don't like this though. Hold on. Let's do this. That's better. I don't like it when it's like, way up there. That's a lot better.
Oh, okay, sure.
All right. So, today's not a focus on anything like that, but I thought that we would get caught up with Alex a little bit because you've had a lot. You've had a lot of shit happening over the last, year and a half, 2 years with everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's been rough, and actually this week's just been too, because when we moved into this house almost 3 years ago now, this February, there's a black cat that was on the property that was a stray, and no one could get near it. And I, over the last 3 years, have finally gotten it the last 6 months to a year. So it would come in the house and it would lay on my chest and it would purr and nuzzle against me. And it was like a bona fide cat, and even though it was totally wild to anyone else other than my wife and I, like my parents would come visit for like Thanksgiving, and it jumped off, literally bounced off the wall and ran away. But unfortunately, this week we at all, and a pack of coyotes was in the street the night she went missing.
Oh no.
And yeah, so and they were like really loud, and there were like 6 or 7 of them, which is really weird for Seattle. Usually see 1 or 2 like slinking by, but not like a group of them. This was weird. Like a bunch of neighbors posted about it, but
Your signal, sorry, your signal keeps dropping on you. Oh, that's a good freeze face right now because you're like, I don't know if you can see me. Uh-oh. Hold on. Look, this is going to be weird. Look at look at your other one. Do you see your other picture there? you look very concerned in your other picture. I'm going to get rid of that one. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
I think we're okay. There's all kinds of stuff that goes on over here. There's if it's distracting, just ignore it. It's for the chat. I've got all kinds of little games for these afternoon streams, just to sort of just a hangout. It's just a hangout. So that's great. There's all kinds of little Pokemon catch games and all kinds of stuff going on. So anyways, you haven't seen the cat since then, and you're pretty sure the coyotes got her. Oh.
Yeah. And it was like, normally I'd have a cat would be an indoor cat.
See, this is what they do. This is what the chat does this stuff. Because this is what they think of me.
Yeah.
Really shows off my teeth,
It does. I better not do that.
Yeah, you've struggled a little bit with them, with everything going on ever since the lightning strike.
Yeah, well, so I spent, in the first 3 years, I spent $28,000 getting crowns and caps and bridges.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's with insurance. I mean, but dental insurance is kind of a joke. So, but they considered it cosmetic. So they said either get dentures or don't get anything. And I said, well, I'm at the time like 32 or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna do that. And so yeah, I ended up hey guys in the chat, I see Coro and folks.
A bunch of people hanging out.
Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, I mean, I just so I put all those crowns and stuff in, and then they've all just broken and just fallen out since. So I'm down to like what's under the crowns and everything right now.
Yeah.
And so right now I'm supposed to go back down to Florida. But last time I went to Florida, I had heat stroke, and I racked up another $8,000 hospital bill.
Is that what it was too? I didn't know what. I knew that you were very sick when you went to Florida, but I didn't know exactly what it was. I knew that you were in the hospital and stuff, but I didn't know.
They didn't know either. It was the day I was supposed to give a talk at the Tampa Fish Club, and I woke up and I stood up and literally took a few steps to the counter and then collapsed. And we'd been up pretty late, like 2 a.m, and I'd been out collecting with a flashlight in the swamp till like midnight, and it was 106 the day before. And I was drinking water, but only water that day pretty much. And I guess the working theory right now is that I flushed out my salts with the water. Huh. So I got dehydrated from electrolytes, not from hydration. But between that and my lupus, and then I tested positive for pneumonia too. So I had the walking pneumonia and so they ended up. I mean, when I got there, I had 105 point something fever, and I wasn't conscious for 18 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, so really scary. I mean, I wish I knew exactly what it was, but they got me on IV potassium, magnesium, manganese, and zinc, and I came awake within 15 minutes. So I think that's probably it. Um, so yeah, but then in
But,
Florida,
but you didn't feel well. You didn't feel back to yourself for months, though, right? Because I remember you saying in a
no,
live stream way after you had gotten home that you still just did not feel right from it.
I didn't. Yeah, and I mean, they said that I actually had liver and kidney damage from it initially,
Wow.
because I had blood clots from like that bad a heat stroke. And they thought, like, could heat stroke do this? But then, as soon as I got home to my rheumatologist, they're like, yeah, it can when you're on prednisone and you're on steroids and all this other
Oh
stuff,
yeah.
and
Yep.
you've got an autoimmune disease, and you had a viral infection.
Do you
Yeah,
uh do you take methotrexate?
yeah,
That's one that I know for a fact you have to be very concerned about heat stroke. I know that because that was always brought up because I took it too for a long time, and
yeah.
they always made sure, first of all, I would be outside every chance I could get, but they said you're going to get sunburned so easy with it, and you got to be very concerned about heat stroke. So,
Well, that was the other problem too. Is like, so then I'm wearing a long sleeve like mosquito netting shirt kind of thing, and a mask and like a not a mask, but like a hood that came kind of over my face, and sunglasses, and sometimes an actual doctor's mask if the mosquitoes are really bad down in Florida. When I was there, um, so I don't know. I guess I just overdid it or something, but it was bad. And then the other appalling part was um, they assumed I was a drug addict due to my teeth and my
mm,
tie dye and whatever. And because I came in a state of unconsciousness, they were going to sign me in for 5 days under a 5150 for mental health. Because when I came to, I wasn't making sense. And then my wife, thank God, she flew down,
yeah.
like, and got there in the morning, and I was back to like fairly lucid by within 24 hours. But yeah, it was just bad. So we literally left the hospital 2 days after I got there, even though they wanted me to stay like 4 or 5. So I
Did
took
they
my
did they do a blood test to see if you were on drugs or any of that kind of stuff? Obviously, they were doing that, right?
They
Yeah.
sure did. Yeah. And so they said, what did you take? What kind of new stuff did you take? And I was just like, come on, man. I didn't take anything.
I'm high on fish keeping.
Yeah.
I was collecting.
Well, and my friend who brought me in, he's a freaking lawyer. And the other guy who brought me in is well, he's a lawyer too, but he does like tax stuff. And the one guy, the tax guy, is the squarest looking guy. He's 60 years old that you could ever imagine. And then, I mean, pocket protector status. And then the other guy is a total like deadhead hippie, but he's a lawyer. I mean, not that they knew that, but like, I don't know what they thought going in, but Florida's a weird place, especially outside the city. And yeah, when they asked, what was crazy too was they asked in the morning they go, okay, so do you know your blood type? Do you know this? Do you know that? What religion are you? And I was like, agnostic, I guess. And they're like, all right, Christian. And I was like,
What?
I'm not really
And
though.
why does that
And
matter? Why does that
yeah,
matter? Anyways? Something to do with prayer, maybe?
I think it's in case you die, who they call like a priest or whatever.
Oh, in case
But
you
I was like,
wanted kosher blood, maybe a
yeah,
kosher blood transfusion or something. I don't know why they would ask about religion.
I think it's like if you die, yeah. So
Gotcha.
like so they can do the last rites if you're Catholic or whatever.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But I don't know. So then I said Buddhist, and she's like, "Is that even really a religion?" And I was just like, Man, where am
Wow.
I? And then the doctors just got everything wrong down there. I finally said, like, print out my blood results, because with my autoimmune stuff, I've seen a million comprehensive metabolic panels in my life. I have to go get them every 90 days. So I finally, because they were telling me this stuff like, if you keep living like this, you're going to be dead in a year. And I was like, living like what? What are you talking about? And I asked to see finally my metabolic panels, and I'm like, everything's fine other than my liver and kidneys are showing like 5 to 10% damage or non-functionality, which is not good. But I found out later that can totally be from bad heat stroke. And then I took by the week I got back, I was fine, like with those numbers.
So you really, it sounds like it really was just, it was a combination. It was a combination of the stuff you had to take.
And I've been
at both ends, because I know you've been,
yeah,
they're just going through all the different stuff happening. See, I've got all these weird things that,
Wow. Yeah.
I don't ever use them for like an important, like for you do these educational streams that are,
Oh no.
there's a purpose. This is no purpose. It's just a hangout. So it's, it's fun to add all those kind of weird things. I've got like, I can go to the outside and look out my, there's Lake Ontario in the distance.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Some of the stuff doesn't work because we're here. Like, I don't think none of the voices work, but I've got like these, hold on, let me go back. Sorry to interrupt you too. It's cut off the side. So I've got this game called Pellets.
Man, you're getting way too high tech for me. Like I can barely turn my phone on. But I'm getting worse as I get older too.
This kind of stuff doesn't suit you, though. It doesn't fit your style. This is a very,
true.
You know what I mean? This kind of stuff is for these just hangout streams. If you were using all this stuff, it would be way too distracting, and it doesn't fit your style. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
You don't need this. You don't need all these bells and whistles and stuff. But tomorrow ends every month. Whoever has the most of these pellets wins one of my shirts, or some other merch. So there's actually a little bit of something on the line. Nano Aquarium Guy is in the lead right now here. Sky the Fish is very close behind him. So they do stuff to earn pellets in the stream. Not spamming or anything, but just being here, they get points. If they come up on the stream, there's a bunch of different ways to earn these pellets.
Wow.
So
okay.
There's Zen Ginger. Every time Zen Ginger comes in, I don't know if you heard the trumpets. The trumpets go off. The trumpets go off.
It's always good to see Zen.
There's so much stuff. Zenny's got a few different things that she controls, and the chat just does a lot. I'm trying to make it very interactive for them.
You have. That is insane. I didn't know such things were possible, because I've kind of made it a point to like be dumb about StreamYard and like all the other like Twitch and stuff that's going on, because for me, I don't even watch TV anymore. So for me, it's like I'm very like goal oriented with my consumption of media, pretty much.
Gotcha.
And I haven't really played video games or anything either in a while, and that's something I used to love. I guess lately it's very like boom, boom, get what I need, move on, and I guess I'm a curmudgeon. I don't know.
I'd never thought of you as curmudgeonly. You don't seem maybe a little bit of a Luddite. Just a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I'll use the technology.
Yeah.
I'll use the technology if I can figure it out, or someone shows me like in my daily life. It's just no one in my daily life is any good at technology. My wife's 10 years older than me and does not want to catch up with technology. So
if you ever want any help with anything, again, I don't think most of this stuff suits your style at all. But if there's ever a time that I can help with, I've been helping a few other people. I'm not an expert by any means. There's probably easier ways to do a lot of the stuff that I do, but I do some of the stuff and I understand a lot of it. So if you ever need help, don't hesitate.
Yeah. Well, and also you dropped StreamYards, yeah. So now you're in this. Is this
Yeah.
do you have to pay for this platform? I assume.
You do, but um, it's cheaper than StreamYard and gets you more. It gets you more. So
Hmm.
the one thing I don't like is there's not a lot of layout choices. Like I can only do a few different things like this, you know?
Oh, weird. Yeah.
StreamYard has a lot of better ones. That's the one thing I don't like. But this is cheaper, and we're streaming right now in 1080p.
Yeah.
With StreamYard, that's $50 a month. This is 19 a month for 1080p. So it's way cheaper.
I might need to quit.
You can actually pay for. This is Streamlabs, and Streamlabs has this thing called
Yeah.
Ultra. That if you pay for Ultra, this is free. Free. It's a part of the package. Ultra
Okay.
costs like $100 and something dollars. I don't remember what it was. 120 a year, but it gives you all kinds of different tools. It gives you some editing things. It gives you thumbnail creators. It gives you all these other tools as well as this. So it's to me, it's worth it. I like this better than StreamYard.
Very cool. Yeah, I'll have
Oh.
to look into it. You know, because I remember OBS was one I looked into at first too, and then I was just like, it's too many things to deal with. Like, I don't know.
That's really what this is. I'm using OBS and then just a virtual camera to bring it into this. Normally, I don't even use this software because I stream alone most of the time.
Yeah.
So I just use just OBS. That's what gets me all these little things like the little fish catching game and these types of things. And
gotcha. Are those
I've
all like plugins basically then?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I've got all these different filters that we can do. Like when people do super chats or super stickers. Sorry, hold on. Let me turn on this other thing. So that looks horrible, but
it really highlights your forehead there.
I look so white, and I just
it's just like
that's Zen Ginger. I'm a sloth. Or Zen Ginger has the sloth.
Oh wow, yeah, that's nice.
There's a whole bunch of just random. I'll wait till this one's done. Well, never mind. We'll just do this. Stuff like this. It does.
Oh wow.
It just adds a little bit of fun to the daytime streams. Again, not something that I feel is appropriate for you. Because your content.
Yeah.
Your content is you have you said goal oriented. You have a purpose for your live stream most of the time. It's not just a chat. It's I've got this thing that I want to tell you about.
Yeah.
I don't have
and I'm trying to get back though to having a stream every week where I don't have a goal because honestly, I'm just like I don't know why, but I'm really dealing with what they've so far diagnosed as chronic fatigue, and it's been ever since I got sick. But literally, I feel like I hit a brick wall if I sit for too long or if I'm reading a book, and I literally start like falling asleep, like when you're driving for like 17 hours straight or something,
Yeah.
It's like you're hypnotized by the screen. And so I've been fighting that and like having to move my streams lately, and I feel really bad about that piece of it. So I'm trying to figure out like when is the best time for me to mentally, like actually like now in the morning I'm pretty alert usually, like without fail. So I think I might be moving at least one of the streams to the morning, like more morning-ish, because it's a 9:40 here. So
yeah.
Daytimes
do need streams though. I mean, right now we don't have very many people, but I've been averaging about 50 this time of year. For me, that's pretty good. Because I'm way smaller than you, but that's pretty good for me. But there's a ton of open space in the daytimes. Ever since Jess, the Aquatic Morning Show, had to step back. There's so much space. And if you decide to do one and we overlap, talk to me. So it's not that I'm going to take viewers away from you or anything, but we could work together and I can go after you or whatever on those days. I've done that with other people. So that way we help each other instead of, fighting against each other. Because I know it's hard at night. At night, you can't help it. You're going to go over somebody. You just can't help it. But in the daytime, there's a lot of open space.
Yeah, definitely. Do you go every day or?
Monday through Friday, I do noon to 2 p.m. my time. Noon to 2 p.m. Eastern
Wow,
time.
I didn't realize you were that frequent now. Wow. I
Yeah.
mean, how long is that been going on? Like a year or something, or
I
like
go
is
through phases. This has been steady since October. Just like you, I've got, RA, so
yeah, it's very
nuts.
similar.
I've got chronic
That's funny.
fatigue as well. Yeah, it's weird, huh?
Yeah. Wow. I don't know. My mind's being blown. I feel like the like grandma reaction videos on like TikTok or something. I'm like, what will
Uh,
they think of next? Those crazy kids.
yeah. So I've been doing it steady since like October. But I'm getting a little burned out with it every day because I also do my Tuesday night stream with the focus on. Sometimes I
Yeah.
do a
Yeah.
Saturday night stream. I stream with Ed on Thursday nights and Skipper.
Mm-hmm.
I've been starting to stream with Whip on Friday mornings. So
Those are the
it's a
ones.
lot.
The weekend ones I usually catch on my actual TV. Like I'll simulcast it like from my phone to my big screen in the living room because my wife goes to book club. So like she's gone for like I don't know 6 to 8 hours with her girlfriends, and that's when like I can nerd out on fish stuff or whatever. But then I can't be active in the chat when I do that. So it's usually I'm like half doing that, half like highlighting research or papers or something that I'm working on. So,
Yeah.
but I do like sometimes watch creepily from afar.
It's good background, good
Yeah.
background noise.
Well,
Hi, everybody coming in.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and I mean it's just fun like when you know everybody at least through the internet and through. I mean, a lot of people I know in real life, but I feel like I know you. Like I feel like there's
Yeah.
a lot of people I know on here, and so yeah, it really like YouTube is my social life now. My human social life is not so hot anyways. Like it hadn't been for years. Like my friends were a lot of trouble for years, and I really struggled with keeping in touch anyways. Now it's like easy. I just go say hi like once a year when it's like I mean, it sounds really grim, but someone's like birth or death anniversary, it's a birthday or a death anniversary, and we get together. I see the people that I need to see, and then either they're good, they're straightened out, they have a family, and they're too busy, or they're still doing the same things that we left off with when I was like 19. So
Yeah.
it's
I
kind
get
of
it.
like YouTube is my social life. My wife and her friends too, I guess, but she's very
Same, 100%.
work oriented.
100%. Same thing. I barely even leave the house these days. Sometimes I go hike around the neighborhood and stuff, but I barely even leave the house. And it's the same thing exactly. That's why I like to do these streams so much because it is just like you said, it's my social activity.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to bring you up too, because I thought it would be nice for you. This is a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for?
There's not the pressure.
Yeah, because when you're doing your own stream, you've got, like I said, you've got a goal, you've got something you want to tell people, but you've also got 100 people in there all the time, and oh my God, Shanna's here.
Oh, Shanna! I just talked to her. What was that? 2 nights ago.
I have missed that woman so much.
I know.
We used to talk quite often, and I missed our conversations, and it's so good to see you, Shanna. I did see you. I watched the replay of Kenny and Danny every Monday morning. I catch them. But I have missed the hell out of you, woman. I really have. I really had. And it's so really good to see you. You're going to make me cry just seeing you. Doesn't take much to make me cry these days.
That's okay.
Anyways, so I thought it'd be nice for you. This is a little more cozy. Like I said, we might get 50 people from time to time. Well, we've been averaging about 50. Today's pretty low, 34, but
I'm not a good draw.
About 50. And what's that?
I said I'm not a very good draw.
Yeah, right. But it wasn't even that at all. You know that. I wanted to catch up with you because it's been so long since we've had a conversation. We used to talk quite often,
I
and we
know.
just
I'm really
haven't.
glad that you said something because time just kind of slips away from me. I mean, it does from everyone, I'm sure. But then you're like, holy smokes, it's been 2 years since we've been on each other's stream or something. It's just like, what happened, So I really
Yeah.
do appreciate that you reached out and like, yeah, I was excited to come say, hey, sorry, I at first I was like trying to figure out how to get in and I'm like, okay, I'll be able to do this. And then I was like messaging the chat and then you were like trying to go back up in the chat at that moment and like, read people's comments or whatever, like catch up. And I was at the very end and then you saw me as I was finally figuring it out. So I was like, well, okay, it finally worked, but I felt bad. So
Well, don't feel bad. Don't
uh
feel bad at all. It's again, this stream has it's not important. It's totally just for fun. Um, oh, Barbara Jackson is using the 8 ball. She said, will Alex and Rico arm wrestle for YouTube dominance in the daytime? And the 8 ball said, only Foxanne can say. Only Foxy can say.
oh
So, yeah. Again, there's a lot of people who do pop-ups in the daytime, but if you schedule a daytime live stream, I would absolutely love that. There's just not enough people doing daytime live streams. Coro does
yeah.
one on Tuesdays. There's a guy from New England from New Zealand and Scotland. They do one, the Fish Room, on Thursdays. Fish Keeping. That's about it. The rest of the time, there's nobody else from me until like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So please.
Yeah. Okay. And that's Eastern time, right? You're talking?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm very selfish that way with my time zones. I'm very
Oh no, it's
very
all
selfish
good.
about my time zones.
No, when I go out to Florida, because it seems pretty often nowadays. I mean, it had been last year. I went 5 times in a year. But when I'm out there, I realize like I'd be up at whatever 6 o'clock, and I'd be like, why isn't anybody posting new videos? And then I'd be like, wait, I wouldn't be either. It's 9 a.m. or whatever. So I've been trying to release videos earlier, thinking of the East Coast people like that. And I've been editing videos a lot more, which for me, like being a Luddite, yeah, it's a lot more time to like edit and release videos.
Oh yeah.
Especially if
Do you
you're going
like
to have.
it? Do you like doing it? Yeah,
No.
me neither. I hate it. Absolutely
I hate it. I'd love to just sit and chat, but I think my channel's at a point now where I'm not going to reach any new people that haven't already kind of done the circles. I mean, there's people who come and go through attrition, but I think just that old people go and new people come in, and it kind of stabilizes. It doesn't really grow.
Yeah.
And I've kind of cursed myself, blessed myself into a position where like my channel is like capitalism. It just has to keep feeding and growing, or it doesn't make sense to keep doing like consistently. So
see, I hope that I don't get there because I love that you have had some success and you're doing well, and you talk about money. I like too that you're very open about things on your stream. You don't hide a lot of stuff away. You're just
I try to be. Yeah, I try to be. It's the questions I'd want to know.
I've always said if it stops being fun, I'm done. I'm not going to do it because I do this purely for fun. I mean, they support me pretty well. I I do way better than I should monetarily for my channel size. They take care of me, and it's amazing. But if it's not fun, I won't do it. I will stop tomorrow if it stops being fun.
Yeah. Well, that's a good philosophy for life, Like for me, it doesn't so much have to always do with like the live streams and stuff. Some weeks I love that part. Other weeks I love just the fact that I spent like 40 hours researching a topic. Like to me, like that I can get paid the equivalent of $20 an hour right now or so is what I'm making. Like after taxes, it would be somewhere around like either that or if I was making like 26 in Seattle, like kind of bartender wage area. Like I can make that doing research, and like if I was a teacher or a professor, I could do research, but it would be very, very constrained. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I can be as crazy and like random as I want to be. I can do it at 4 a.m, or I can do it, and that is incredible for someone with like autoimmune issues and stuff like that
Yeah.
too. So
big time, because
yeah.
you can't plan very well at
No.
all. You know,
No.
you can't plan at all. So it's. I'm with you again. It's another thing we have in common. It's very difficult, you know. And I've lost friends because they just don't understand. Because I'm always canceling, you know, and
I know. Yeah.
It is what it is. You can't. They don't. They don't understand, and it's not even that they don't understand. It's just that from their point of view, you get somebody who is constantly canceling plans on you. You think they don't want to spend time with you, you know?
Yeah, or you just get frustrated and feel like they're flaky or something, you know? Yeah. Like, and you know, I've been guilty of that though in my social life, where like I've told people like, hey, just tell me you don't want to hang out and that's fine, but don't just not show. You know what I mean? Like that's my kind of bugaboo. Like that is, I have some friends that are notorious that I've had for 20 some years now, and they'll just not show after they make the plans and they are so excited. I'll go to the bar or whatever, which is really out of my comfort zone these days. Like, I mean, it's just like nothing I would do on my own. Yeah. And then they just never show up. And that's the one for me that like sets me off, where I'm like, all right, I'm done going out. You know?
Communication's key, and it's a two-way street because sometimes people will be like, well, you didn't reach out to me. And I'm like, you didn't reach out to me either. I mean, right. Yeah. You can't always expect the other person to be the one to, you know, and some people are just that way. And some people have a little bit of whatever it is, they're on the spectrum or whatever. And so it sort of causes a little bit of that, like, you know, like they just don't think about it.
I think I can, you know, I don't think it's necessarily like diagnosable or anything, but I do have tendencies that are definitely there. Like the fact that I will spend 18 hours straight reading about like betas or something, you know, like that's not normal.
Yeah.
so it's something. I don't know if it's OCD or what, but yeah, it's something that's not quite normal.
Yeah.
So I tried to be charitable.
The phone rings both ways. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Yeah. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Again, it's not a focus on or anything. Just it's been a long time since Alex and I have had a conversation. So I thought it'd be fun for you guys too to just get some Alex without the I don't know, the cozy Alex. We'll call you the cozy Alex.
Yeah, exactly. My friends say it and they don't mean it like in a bad way, but they say fat Alex, like your friend Alex that you want to hug. Because I went through a phase in my friend group where I was hot Alex for a short while, and then back to fat Alex. So
see, that's another thing we have in common, because the one place where I worked, they called me Fat Jesus.
Yeah, okay.
So, because in the morning I'd go to work and my hair would still be wet and it was super straight. So my friend said, "You've got the best of both worlds, because in the morning you're Jesus, and in the afternoon you're Jerry Garcia." You know. It was because of the you know, the hair being super straight and stuff. They called me Fat Jesus over there. So it's another thing we have in common. I didn't appreciate that nickname, Fat Jesus. I didn't think it was, you know, there's better ones, I think. But, and you, Keystone Clash. Oh, my voice cracked. Keystone Clash.
That's one I want to go to really badly.
It's the only one I go to, so I want you to go to that one really badly as well. It's the only one that I can make.
What's the date again this year?
This year it's moved to the first weekend in October. So it's pushed back. It's usually it's the 23rd or so. It's that close to the last weekend in September, usually.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Usually like 23rd, 24th, 25th, around there is when it usually is. This most recent year, I was torn between going to that and going to Florida, but I had 3 clubs to speak to lined up in a row. And I was so like honored, elated, you know, excited about that. And then I didn't even get to speak to 2 of them. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't have to
All
worry
I
about
got was this T-shirt.
you won't you won't have to worry about uh heat
Entertaining.
exposure. Heat exposure.
Oh
Heat
yeah,
overheating. What's the word I'm looking for? See, this happens to me all the
heat
time.
stroke.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Um
overheating. I
Going to
mean, that's
Keystone
basically
Clash.
what it is.
Be
Yeah,
nice and cool at the Clash. So
yeah. Well, and if you have RA, you understand too. Like, heat's not really our friends, anyways. Like, with just functionality of the body. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like, being cozy is fine, but like not being like out in the sun all day is,
Yeah.
yeah, not good, even with or without medication, really.
Yeah. The chronic fatigue, I understand 100% too. It's a big part of my life. And there's days
Yeah,
that just it's and again, it's not like I'm doing much. I walk into my room here and sit down and I got some projects I work on and
yeah.
I can't even do that. I can't even do that. So
I've
I
never.
understand.
Yeah, I've never had a time in my life other than the lightning strike, though. So it's all been recent. So in the last 5 years, where my brain slows too. And so
Yeah.
that's been really like kind of frustrating to deal with, because I've always had a real zippy brain that I can count on. Like, when I'm like, all right, let's rev this up and think about this situation or communicate. And I just feel like sometimes I feel like the Three Stooges, like coming into a room where they all fall in the room like on
Yeah.
top of each other, instead of like Grace Kelly or something coming into a room.
Yeah. It's
So
frustrating because I won't even a lot of times respond to like texts or emails when I'm feeling like that because it seems like it's so much effort just to respond to the email. It's so difficult to get my words together and
yeah,
so again, I definitely understand 100%. Peas and Haps came in, Geek Boy, Dee Dee Kins is here, Barbara Jackson, Nano Aquarium Guy, Zen Ginger says zippy is also how I describe my brain. Excuse me. Sorry.
there's
Oh.
lots of good people in here. Yeah,
Yeah,
you've been,
I'm
you've been
a
hiding
lot
them.
of I think most of the people that are in here watch you as well. I don't think there's
Yeah,
anybody here that doesn't know
at
who
least
you
off
are.
and on. Yeah, I mean, like, I think some people don't necessarily do lives, or they don't do standalone. Whatever. Like, there's some aspect in which I know them from. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Different.
Like,
Yeah,
some people
and
I see in the comments like all the time, but I've never seen in a stream, and other people I see in the stream like religiously, but I never see in, like, Nano Aquarium Guy and Kalish are both in the lives so frequently, which is awesome. But
yeah,
yeah,
I miss a
everyone
lot
else
of
it
yours.
kind of changes. Yeah,
I miss
yeah.
a lot of your streams. Either I'm streaming at the same time, or
Tuesday we overlap. Yeah,
a lot of times I'm in bed by like 8 o'clock my time. Last night I was in bed at 8 o'clock
oh
my time.
yeah,
5 o'clock out for you. I'm
yeah,
already climbing into bed, and so I miss all this. I miss all the great streams that happen, at that time of the night. And there's so
yeah,
many. That's when most of them happen, right? Most of the good
yeah,
streams are at night. Um, so I miss like Stephen P. McStreaming. I miss
yeah,
Drew and the Metalheads and Garden of Eater and just the list goes on and on
yeah,
and on.
yeah.
So
Garden of
many
Eden
streams.
goes really late. Yeah,
It's like 9. Well, Drew goes even later. He's like 10 o'clock these days, 10:30 Eastern time again. But
yeah, yeah.
Fishy Biz. That's true.
Fishy
Um,
Biz. Yeah, yeah. He goes late too. You're right. Yeah,
so I miss out on all of those, and I always feel bad, but I try to catch the replay the next morning. At least you're watching it still. At least you're still, because well, again, some of the streams though are like just sort of a hangout, but you miss the
yeah,
fun. A
yeah.
lot of those streams though are very educational, and there's stuff in there that I can pick up on.
Yeah. I guess I'm torn too, because I'm like, well, like, what is my role? What do people come for? And there's like a part of me that probably comes from like childhood, or some Freudian thing, where like I'm like, they don't want to just hang out with me. Like, I better bring something better than that to the table. Like, but sometimes I'm like, maybe I do just want to hang out. So
Well, you oftentimes you'll have 100 people in there easily, right? So,
yeah,
you know, I think you got a combination. I think you got because I think here again, there's only 36 today, but I think most of these people are here just to watch me turn in the poop.
Yeah.
That's all they're really here for. They just want to hang out. But with yours, I bet it's closer to almost half and half, that people are there for whatever
Yeah.
your topic is, for to learn something about fish keeping. And the other half is just people that are in our community that want to hang out with cool people.
Yeah.
I bet you're half
Yeah.
and half. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
probably.
I get that complaint quite often that I don't do enough fishy content, that I'm fish adjacent, and it's true. I don't do a lot of fishy content. That just
Sure.
I
How
don't
many
have any knowledge to add. You
How
guys,
many
there's way
tanks are you keeping?
only hold on, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh, come on.
only
You're a
8.
fish guy then. Yeah.
Only 8. I only
Only
have
8.
8. They're all in this room. That's the biggest one. It's a 75.
That's
That
great.
one, that little 20 right there has only got a bluegill in it. That's it. This is my Gadeids. Oh, gotta wait for the nuts. That's nuts. This is my Gadea tank. I have the Zenatoka Doidries that I got from
Oh, yeah,
Alishon.
they're beautiful. Yeah.
They're doing so good. He sent me 4 of them. October was a year, so I've had them for about a year and a half, and that colony has just exploded. There's a tank over in the corner, another 29. I just split them off yesterday, so I have
wow.
2 colonies of them going because they're just blooming. I took about 20 of them and gave away at the Clash last year. This year
That's
I'll probably
awesome.
have at least 50 to give away.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. I have the Mecha Splendens are the ones I have that are kind of in the same Goodyear range thing.
Yeah.
I don't really know where the term Goodyear comes from, honestly, because like they all have different genus names a lot of times. So I'm like, who organized this group of fish, like taxonomically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
I guess it just means
Mexican.
Mexican live bearer is what it means, I guess. So
I want to get more. I'm hooked now, and I was just thinking about it last night. I was thinking about getting killifish, but I think instead I'm gonna go deeper into live bears. I want to get some different ones, especially the Gadeids, but maybe even just some mollies or something again. I haven't had any other live bears other than guppies and those Gadeids for a very long time, so I'm ready. I think I want to.
There's some incredible ones out there, like the Micro Posiliato picta. That's what it's called. Yeah, Micro Posiliato picta, and that is a swamp guppy. But they're like fire orange, and they're smaller than a guppy. But they're just a wild species that everyone overlooks. But like Lucas Bretz breeds them. I saw him at his place. So there's certain ones that get overlooked, and I mean there's something like 380 live bear species. So I mean a lot of the Amicas too, or sorry, not Amica, Lamias. Like there's like the Jamaican ones, and there's the humpback ones, and there's spotted and Perugia, and like so there's some cool stuff out there. Also, half beaks are really fun live bears, even though they're not related to the other half bears. Yeah,
They seem to do better with, especially if they love hard water. My water is so hard, but I don't want something that's so prolific like guppies. I'm tired. I'm done with guppies. In fact, I have them, but I just grow them out because at the Clash they do a give a kid a tank every year, so they show the kids how to set them up and stuff. And they do send the guppies home with the kids. And I know the tank isn't cycled and stuff, and it's probably, but the kids are getting some fish right away. And some of those guppies are going to, make it through the cycling of the tank. And
most guppies will make it as long as you don't.
The only reason I keep them anymore is the Gadeids are a good speed, I think, because like the very first I got like 4 fry out of the very first batch. The second batch was like 10. And then since then it's just been crazy, but it's only every 90 days, right? It's not near as fast as the guppies, so it's a little more manageable.
Yeah, that is nice. I like that too. My wild bettas have almost started spawning as fast as my Goodyear. So
wow.
Yeah. But I have right now a very like low intensity care for my tanks, because I was traveling so much for the last year, that I was gone at least once a month somewhere. And usually I'm the kind of person where I want to make like a week of it and go see the sights and go try to kill as many birds with one stone as I can, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but now that I've been home ever since Florida, at the end of September or beginning of October is when I got back. I've been home again, and so I'm like, oh man, I better like get my fish room right again, you know. So I've got a big old weird 65 gallon out here that's like tall.
Yeah. It's almost a
It's
square,
kind of,
right? Almost a cube, it looks like.
yeah, it's
Almost.
kind of a weird one. Yeah. But I think I'm gonna do discus. I've never kept discus, either discus or earth eaters. So that'll be a new adventure for me. You know, so
Yeah. I've never had discus either, even when I was a kid and I kept them. I I'm sort of in the same boat as far as maintenance goes. I've just not been doing a really good job, but the last few weeks I've done a lot with the 75 and with the Gudea tank and the 55 too. I have Bozeman eyes in there, and one of them I wish you could see it. The main male, I had to take the other male out because he was just getting beat up. He really was.
yeah.
The one male was so aggressive, and there's a lot of females in there, but there wasn't a lot of line of sight breaks and stuff. Usually we can see him. Hold on, maybe if I, because he is so bright and he's always colored up. He's
Do
right
you know
in the
what
middle. Of the
collection
tank.
point he is? But
I do not. I do not. I got him from. I don't remember the user's name. It was through Get Gills, but it wasn't
okay,
Dan. It was another user there, and we had looked it up. I think he's no longer even on the site, but it was like Data File or something like that. He is the ones that he sent me. I think I bought 6 from him. They just beautiful. Even the females were just crazy bright,
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
bright. They're just beautiful.
There's a guy in Seattle now, a young guy. He's in his 20s. That he's got some really nice lines. I mean, from Gary Lang and from some of the actual, like Chris Lukop, some of the people that actually go there and collect, you know. And
Yeah.
he's kind of made it his mission to get a little mishmash of all of that and to keep everything straight. Which that's the impressive part to me. Like I'm like whatever. An element of chaos because my tanks all turn back into a jungle community tank at some point, you know.
Yeah.
uh, but you know, the people who can keep their specimens labeled and like every generation goes and gets its new tank, its new label, it's, you know, it's just it's another level, it's another kind of dedication that's definitely impressive. It may not be the most exciting like while you're watching it, but man, do I respect it in the long run. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't have that. I don't have that desire or skill or attention to detail that's needed for all that. I'm the same way. I love community tanks. Absolutely love them. All of my tanks. I mean, even the Gudea tank has some Corys in it. I guess this guy again, he's just a bluegill that's in there that I caught right here.
Oh, cool.
But I've got another tank over here that's mostly tetras. There's some Autosynclus in there too, and then I've got some African dwarf frogs and some guppies over here, and now the Gudea are in there as well. So I do like the mixed tanks, you know.
Yeah. Are they all planted too then, or?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing, you know. I don't do the deep substrates or anything. Most of them are eco complete. Because that's what I always used, and also because I bought them from PetSmart or Petco, the bags of Eco Complete, and they shipped it, but it happened 3 times in a row where the bag ripped open in there. So it's got, you know, the Eco Complete's got some moisture in there, right? Well,
yeah.
So I complained about it, and they sent out another one, and it happened 3 times in a row. So I ended up getting like 6 bags of it that was still usable. You know, the stuff is still usable. And I even told him that. I said, look, this is usable, but it's got a lot of liquid in it. You got to figure out a better way to ship it. So I ended up getting a ton of bags for free. So that's another reason, you know. That's another reason why I have it everywhere.
Yeah, why not? Use what you got. That's the other thing is like for a while there, um, a lot of people were coming to me and they're like, "Oh, you got to tell me your deep substrate secret." And I'm like, "No, no, I'm not the deep substrate guy. I have a few tanks that are. I have some tanks that have no substrate. I have some tanks that have aqua soil. I don't think I'll ever be the one anything guy. Hopefully, I'm interested in trying it all. If it works, I'll try it.
Yeah, yeah.
Even
Because
if
there
it
isn't
doesn't, I
one
might.
way.
No.
There isn't one way, right? And anytime somebody does say, well, this is how you have to do it, they're probably wrong. That's one of the ways. That's how you have to do it, right?
Right. To me, it's like you're closing too many doors. And the thing, though, that I do agree with is like you do sometimes need, unless you really understand the variables of the hobby, you do need to pick like a path and commit. Like whether that's vacuuming every week and doing water changes, or whether that's never doing any of that stuff. Like you kind of have to set things up and then like let it unwind in motion, and not like all of a sudden gravel vac your tank that you only gravel vac every 6 months. Like you're gonna crash it that way, So
Yeah.
yeah,
I have been guilty of that, in fact, the tank over here, because it's sort of my water lettuce farm as well. So there's a lot of duckweed and water lettuce, and
that's all my
as that
tank.
dies off, it just there was a ton of mulm over in the one corner that I couldn't see because there was a lot of moss on top of it. And I picked up that moss to move it, and it was just a huge pile of mulm and detritus down there.
Oh yeah.
So I did vacuum it,
100%.
I did vacuum that. There, Dr. Awesome is here. What's up, Dr. Anthony?
What's up, Dr. Anthony?
He's going to be moving to your area pretty soon.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Retiring, and he's moving up there by you.
Cool.
Hopefully we'll get to see more live streams with the two of you.
He's moving to the most expensive state to retire in like the country.
Well,
that's
you got to do it.
Yeah.
Makes you happy.
It's not because, I mean, that can't be because it's an unhappy place to retire, though.
Yeah.
But the taxes and stuff are not structured for retired people.
Yeah. I have never been to the Pacific Northwest, and it's the only place in the United States that I haven't been to is up there. It's definitely on my bucket list. It is a beautiful, beautiful area. Anybody who likes nature is just going to fall in love with it, right? It's just
Have you been to like Acadia, Maine?
Maybe when I was young. I've been to Maine, but I don't remember where I was at recently.
Okay. Like coastal Maine, anywhere?
Yeah, it's not that far.
Yeah, so coastal Maine is kind of similar. Like when I tried to like pick a spot similar on the East Coast, it sounds weird because there's like a big jump, but I think it's just because there's a giant like mega city in the way. But like kind of Northern Virginia and Southern Maine. If you go out on the San Juan Islands, it looks like Northern Maine, but there's just it's nice. I mean, look, everywhere around me, even in winter, is green and giant amounts of trees and stuff, which that's nice.
We usually do not look like this in the winter. Usually there's 4 foot of snow there,
Oh yeah.
So there's not a drop of snow out there. I was showing earlier in the stream some of my old videos from when I used to kayak, and in January there'd be 10 feet of ice on the shore, and now there's nothing. There's no ice. There's nothing. It could snow. It's 33, but we just haven't had the snow at all.
What do they call that ice again when it like stacks up on the shore like that? It doesn't have a name.
It does, and I don't remember what it's called, but it's beautiful to watch it come in. It does have a name, and I don't remember what it's called. Maybe somebody.
I've seen it on the Great Lakes. That's the only place I've seen it.
Yeah, we don't get that too much here. Once in a while, but like I see Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, he gets it quite often, and it does look really cool how it just sort of rolls off the lake. It gets pushed up by the wind and it rolls in. Right? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name.
I've seen it where like it actually is coming and it was just dumb luck because I've only been that way in the winter twice in my life. But it was actually coming up and over the docks and stuff, and it
Yeah.
was just kind of like working its way steadily inland at like a very slow pace. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't know, an inch a day or something. But it just kept kind of creeping up with each wave, like another layer of ice coming up and out. Like, so yeah, kind of interesting.
It looks alive. It looks like it's
Yeah, yeah.
and it's just marching, and it's just going to going to cover everything. Shelf ice. I don't think it's shelf ice. I don't. It does have a name.
Yeah, I want to say like place your ice or like pla something, but um,
But again, this time of the year, normally there's at least some ice on the shore, but there has been absolutely nothing, and it's the last few years. El Nino really does a number on us.
Yeah.
Every time it's a strong El Nino, it really shows. Like
Yeah.
Tennessee getting smacked with all that cold. It was colder in Tennessee than it was here, and they got even more snow
I
than we
know.
did.
I know, it's so weird. I mean, we had 1 week where it got down to like 7 degrees here in Seattle.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's actually colder than most years. But the rest of the winter, it's been like today it's 62 degrees. Like, what the heck is going on?
It's not even a winter, right? It doesn't
No.
feel like winter at all.
No. Yeah, it's really weird.
I took Wally for a walk right before I started to stream, and I'm just wearing a t-shirt, and it's 33, and I was fine out there. I don't mind the cold.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
mind
definitely
the cold.
hummocked ice. Hummocked.
Oh,
That's what Denny says. Let's see if that's the right stuff. Let's see. Hummocked ice. I'm curious now. Zenny's really good about finding stuff like that when you're looking for it. Hummocked ice.
Now I just have the song "The Wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald" in my head.
I did that to you. Oh no, I did that to Steven P in his stream, but he didn't know the song. It was the day of the anniversary. It was just the anniversary of the wreck. It happened like last year. I think it was in November, and
yes,
I mentioned it, and Steven didn't know who it was at first. Then he got it. I don't know if hummocked ice is the right thing. That doesn't look like it. No, I don't think that's it. I think you were on the right track. Like place your IR, maybe place your ice. I feel like you're on the right track with that.
Yeah, I don't know why that just like popped in my head, but I don't know if that's even a word.
No.
No, Alex is making up words.
But I feel like you're close. Like I feel like the PLA is what Anyways,
yeah,
I know what you're talking about. We have the lighthouse that gets covered with spray, and and it's got like you can see where the wind is blowing the ice off of it, so it's got like
that is crazy.
Horizontal icicles.
Yeah,
love that. Love when that happens.
That is wild. Yeah.
Excuse me.
And man, I would not want to like live in a lighthouse on the Great Lakes. I mean, some people be like, "Oh, that's my dream," but to me, I'm like, man, that'd be a lot of work in the winter. Like breaking the ice off the glass up top, like every couple hours, and like keeping the light clear and stuff. Like, oh man, that could be a challenge.
Because if it was like on
one, you'd probably be okay.
If you were on Lake Erie freezes over pretty early. Yeah. So you don't really get a lot of that lake effect type of stuff. But if it was like Lake Superior or Lake Michigan, I think it'd be neat though, especially back in the day when I kayaked so much. I can't do it anymore, but it used to be my entire life. That's all I ever did. That would be perfect. I would love. My dream was to be able to live on an island that I had to kayak back and forth to. It wasn't feasible because how are you getting your groceries home? You know what I mean?
In a kayak.
How you taking your dog for a walk? You know what I mean?
It's a kayak.
But it was always there. I always wanted to do it. I would love to be. Off grid is my dream.
I did. One summer when I was about 20, I guess. I decided I needed to straighten my life out, so I went and stayed in one of those fire lookouts.
Oh yeah,
for the summer.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
I think I remember you talking about that. I think I remember
Yeah.
that story. Yeah. That would be pretty
Yeah.
neat. And so you did the job, right? You were a watch out, a lookout.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
I think that would be pretty neat.
it was at like 6,800 feet or so. Like, I mean, pretty high up there for like overlooking other peaks in the area, obviously. I mean, I guess that's the point, but
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of just, people hike their stuff in. And when I was that age, I could hike my own food for a couple weeks in, no problem. But, it amazed me that somebody built a hut like up on a cliff. Like they brought all the lumber and the hammer and the, everything you needed to,
Yeah.
back in like the 20s or whatever. There was no like helicopter supply co or anything, so
Yeah. Well, like Hoover Dam?
yeah,
Is it
that's a big one.
is it Hoover that I'm thinking of? What's the one that it's in Arizona? Is that Hoover in Arizona?
That's Hoover. Yeah, that's Hoover.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So watching how they made that, like they had to make the roads into the area with horses and wagons and stuff to make the road to even get there to bring all the stuff up.
Right.
There's an Arizona Highways magazine. When I lived in Arizona, I subscribed to that for decades. Arizona Highways, and it just talks about nature and stuff in Arizona, and it's a really cool magazine.
Arizona's beautiful.
We had a really long article one time. Almost the entire magazine was all about the Hoover Dam and how they had to build it and how much effort went into it, how many people died, and just all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because it was totally. I mean, nowadays it's not even. It's still a massive undertaking, but how easy it would be compared to what it was back then in the 1910s or whenever. Now I gotta know. I gotta know.
I think it's 1934, maybe.
I was thinking even earlier, like 1913. Let's see who's right.
Oh, maybe. I was thinking it was part of the public works thing from Roosevelt, but I wasn't sure.
You're probably right there. Let's see. Here we go, right here, Hoover Dam. Oh, let's look at this one here. Let's see. When did this?
The Grand Coulee Dam in Washington's another big one up here.
You nailed it. 1931, 1936.
Okay. I think it was built at the same time as the Grand Coulee Dam up here in my state, is why. Which, I think it had more concrete, but it was shorter, way shorter in my state. I think that was the deal.
Gotcha. Is it still there? Is it still?
Oh yeah. They're never going to get rid of that thing, man. I can't remember the details, but it is like, 100 feet thick of concrete or something at the top. It took like 14 years to dry or something crazy. I don't remember what it was. It might be like 4, but as a kid, we took a tour and I remember thinking like, I'm not even that old yet. Like it took that long to fully dry the center of the dam.
It is nice though that there are so many dams that are being
removed.
Yes.
Yeah, they're gonna take out the big one in on the now I'm gonna space on the river in Oregon. Starts with a K. Klamath.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And
they're getting rid of that one too.
That'll be the biggest dam America's ever gotten rid of. Yeah.
Wow.
Because the one up here in Washington, the Elwha Dam, they got rid of it, and they thought it might take 50 to 100 years for salmon to come back. They were back the next year.
Nice.
And they also now are catching 80 to 90 pound male bull salmon up the same run because it's such a jumpy run. You have to jump over a lot of waterfalls. So it's only the toughest salmon that are going. Right. But I mean, it's such a success story. That was in 2011. I went down there and watched them dynamite the last section of the dam and watched the creek flow through, It was pretty cool.
I love it. I love that, at least looking at that stuff. And I get it. I get that. I get the benefits of the hydroelectric ones, and
Yeah.
which are, I guess, I don't know what percentage of them are hydroelectric. I got to imagine a huge percentage, if not all of them.
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty huge.
But so I get that, we're losing out on that electricity generation, but what we're doing to those environments to put it back to rights is just huge to me, and I love it. I love that. I would love to see it happen more and more.
Especially in freshwater, like only 0.02% of the world is where freshwater fish live, like surface area wise. And like that's nothing when you think about it, like
No.
the fact that that's a third of all vertebrates in the world, like species variation wise, like it's wild that we treat it so crappy. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm excited to see that they're doing more of that, and yeah, I think it'll be interesting. Like how, I mean, it just seems like a big task to undo a dam.
Yeah.
The other thing is like other places like the Colorado River, they're not going to have a choice. Like that river is just going to not have a reservoir anymore. Like they
So
of
much.
course.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
of course they got like a once in a century rain, of course, that like staved off everything for the naysayers for a little bit longer. But I mean, if it hadn't have been for that, this year would have been the year that the Colorado River was kind of tapped out this coming
Yeah.
summer.
So much of that, at least there's some awareness of it. Like the in Arizona there where they were selling a ton of the water to the Saudi Arabian alfalfa farm, which
Yeah.
they ended. A ton of water was going to that, which they finally just said no more. They got to keep continue being smart about it though, and stop, because again, we've got to grow food, right?
Yeah.
But it seems like we could be smarter about where that food is grown.
Right, like California, something like 25% of their water goes to pecans. Like, and like what?
Yeah.
Like,
smarter use of it.
Yeah.
But I guess it's still all directed by money, and it probably will be. Big Steve's got a good point here. If they remove the Conowingo Dam close to me, they'd have to relocate 3 cities. They actually built towns right in the flood zone. So yeah, that's probably a dam that would never come down, moving all those people. But the Erie Canal, same type of thing. Like you can go just south of me. The Erie Canal is right here, and
yeah,
the town of Seneca Falls, which is historic for many.
I've been through there
reasons.
once.
Oh, really? That's not far
Yeah.
at all. That's like right. I used to work right there in Seneca Falls.
Oh, cool. The only time I've ever been on a road trip up through Buffalo and northern like Maine. I mean, we went through all Vermont, New Hampshire, all that on the same trip, but we definitely stopped because it was it started as 4 of us history majors that had all finished college together. And by that point in the trip, there were just 2 of us left because we'd been on the road for 4 months. But we went and saw the Erie Canal and that kind of stuff. But sorry, I interrupted you. Yeah.
No. Keep going. Because what did you see in Seneca Falls? Do you remember other than the Erie Canal?
No, I just remember that that they. Then it came back into my memory recently because I was doing research on what year the first goldfish got to America. And there's Google says like, I don't know, 1853 or something. And there are documents from when they were building the Erie Canal that they were like, these goddamn workers keep thinking it's funny to put goldfish in the lakes and reservoirs along the canal path. And these things are getting monstrous. And the locals don't like that they're eating the native fish. And like, I was like, this is like 1829 or 1831 or something like that. Like, if they were that cheap and easy to come by then, I'm gonna guess that the like Google's answer is pretty wrong about when they got here. Yeah, but it's Seneca Falls is in there because there was a goldfish breeder there. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, part of the old town of Seneca Falls is actually underwater in the Erie Canal. They
okay.
moved the town because of where the canal had to go through, and it's actually a little lake right there. But
Oh,
uh,
interesting.
there's so much history there, just women's rights and just the
Yeah.
Underground Railroad and Seneca Falls. It's a tiny, tiny little town. It's a Wonderful Life, the old
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
The bridge from that is the bridge in Seneca Falls. It's still there and still active. Cars drive over it all day.
Hello,
Yeah.
lamppost. Hello, library house.
Yeah.
Oh, kids.
Well,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. What? I always liked how he was. He's always doing that sort of.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Smith goes to
Ozzy,
Washington. He does that a lot.
Ozzy has sort of that too. Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you're watching, he's like, it was
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
They sort of sound a
know,
little bit alike.
I was just reading about a random genetic tangent talking about how this what do you call it, enzyme that goldfish have that allows them to produce a higher level of alcohol in their blood system, so they can create through fermentation in their stomach alcohol, which then causes them to be able to withstand freezing temperatures better too.
Huh.
As well as the way the iron does something with the oxygen. But because of that, in the same article, it said like, see reference to Ozzy Osbourne. And I was like, what in the hell could this be about? And so I looked it up, and apparently he has a genetic mutation that allows
Yeah.
him to drink more alcohol than the average human. And it's the same gene that goldfish have that allows them to withstand higher alcohol to survive freezing.
Ozzy's a goldfish.
Yeah, so
maybe he's the Prince of Darkness and goldfish.
Yeah, the Prince of Goldfish.
That's funny. I thought there was something that he had, that he wasn't allergic to alcohol, but he could generate, like if he ate enough starches like spaghetti and things like that, pastas, that he could generate
make his own alcohol.
Yeah, because there are people that have that, right? That
that's a thing too.
Off a plate of spaghetti.
Yes, that is a thing too. If you eat too much sugar or carbs, you can create it if you have a certain other thing. I don't know if he has both or not.
Steven said, is that where the term drinks like a fish comes from?
Maybe. I mean, I think you can like put a fish in beer and it'll survive for quite a while. So
really?
Just from a random night at a frat when I was a teenager. I seem to recall that being the case.
Yeah. I bet that fish got drank. It didn't get drunk. It got drank. It got drunk and then it got drank.
I'm sure that's how that went. Yep.
Like Steve-O.
Yeah.
Steve-O who ate the goldfish, swallowed the goldfish, and then threw it back
and
up.
then he became like a PETA spokesman. Like now he feels so bad about it. Like it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I guess some self-awareness is nice,
Yeah.
Self-awareness from time to time is nice.
He actually seems like a pretty decent guy. I've seen him on some podcasts and things, and like I think he's grown up a lot. But he's been sober like 15 or 20 years now too. Like I think he and I got sober around the same time actually. And so it's kind of just crazy to be like, well, that much time's passed. Like, yeah, I guess you can kind of grow as a human, Yeah. But it'd be weird to have everyone in the world know you as the guy who did the, Jackass movies and stuff,
Yeah, yeah. And
then talk about enabling behavior. Like everyone's like, here's a beer, chug, chug, chug.
Yeah. Yeah. And then now he's trying to maybe not make amends, but at least realizing that, the kind of stuff he did. You mentioned podcasts. Do you have like certain ones that you enjoy watching? What's some of the non-fishy stuff even? What are some of the podcasts that you enjoy? I can't get into podcasts. I can't get into it.
I love Malcolm Gladwell. He's an economist, a behavioral economist. Stephen Levitt, who did he's another behavioral economist who did what was that book called? Freakonomics. Yes.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. And then I listen to Theo Vaughn, a comedian, once in a while. Listen to
Yeah.
Joe Rogan once in a while.
My
Listen
daughter
to
loves Theo. Loves Theo. She talks about him a lot. Some of the stuff that he does. She's always telling me some of the things he does. She just says he's such a genuine, wholesome individual. Like he just,
that is
he
very
says the
true.
weirdest stuff.
He says stuff that like a 12-year-old would say. Like he hasn't. I think he might be a little bit autistic or something because he really doesn't understand the filters that like you shouldn't say that, but he doesn't mean harm by those things. You know what I mean? Like he's not saying any of it to be like, yeah,
Yeah.
but I think he knows he's doing it and he's playing it up somewhat too. But I think that's also how he is, if that makes sense. It's like a magnification of his true self because every once in a while he'll kind of like fake smile at the camera a little bit, kind of like he knows what's going on when he says
Yeah.
something just outrageous. But
Gotcha.
yeah. And then I actually really liked Joe Rogan's podcast at one point. I don't necessarily like the way he does it, but just the people he gets. I'm like, how are you going to beat like one day there's an astrophysicist and then it's like Michael Jordan and then it's like, I mean, like the average lineup is pretty impressive.
I don't watch him, but I do appreciate that at least they do some type of fact checking. I've seen clips where he will say something that's just ignorant and stupid, or his guest will say something that's not even close to real, and then his fact checker, whoever that, will come back a little bit later and say, actually, and they talk about it. So at least I like that part, that they've got some fact checking going on.
My mom is like you're like most stereotypical Democrat in the world, and like party line tower kind, and I'm definitely way far left of that, but she like hates Joe Rogan because of like what the media has to say about him, like enabling certain narratives and stuff, and I see the clips when she's watching like MSNBC and I'm like, but that's not how it happened. Like, no matter which right or left news I'm watching, I'm like, that's not the truth though. You guys edited that all out of context, So now I just kind of like check the thing out for myself. And if it tickles my fancy, then I'll watch it,
Yeah. It does happen across both, It does, and you've got to you can't just take any of it at face value. You've got to, and I'm not saying, people always say do your own research, but most of us aren't scientists and we don't know how to do research. But at least, don't just take it at face value and say, oh, look at this, and maybe that's a starting off point. You see one of those articles or one of those comments, that's your starting off point, and then you go find out. You read a bunch of different sources and try to find out what really happened, or go watch the original thing, like you said, and see if is that what happened. Yeah.
What Zen Ginger just said, I'm not going to argue with that. Like, he's definitely got an attitude and like a broiness that you're never going to get rid of. But he does have the biggest podcast in the world, and so I do appreciate it. Like, if he's got someone on there that never does interviews, like a physicist from somewhere, like, I'll be watching it.
I've never watched an entire episode of it because again, podcasts, I don't know why, but I can't.
I'm bad at doing that too.
I can't do podcasts. I
can do an hour.
I can't even.
That's max.
It's just difficult. I think I just need the visual part of it. So if it is a podcast, but there's that visual, I can do better with it. But I don't know. I've been trying to stay away from political content as much as possible lately. My wife,
I've been avoiding it as well because I don't care. I'm not happy with any situation, and I'm really not happy with anything involving Trump. I'll just say it, but I don't know what I can do about it or say about it beyond like I've yelled from the rooftop. I don't know what to do.
Michelle asked me to she didn't ask me, but she just mentioned that. So I did like a focus on type thing with her for members only, my wife, and they asked her, what do you dislike about me the most? And it was about how political I am away from here. I try not to get too political here because, again, I have friends across the spectrum. I don't care. They're all over the place. We disagree about things, and that's okay. but it's so much just personal opinion, you know.
Yes.
And I don't think my opinion is more valid than anybody else's. I think other people have their own opinions, can be very valid. They can be based in fact, and they can be based in, they just see things from a different angle than I do. That's
Yeah.
all.
No, I
I
agree.
try to stay away from it. I try not to get too, political. And I do. Whip is here, and Whip likes to stir things up from time to time. He'll get me going on purpose.
Well, I mean, like, the thing is, like, I feel like you get a pretty good vibe when you listen to like 80% of the world and they're like, oh God, don't let that guy get reelected. That's probably a pretty good indicator of like the barometer. If you've got like Muslims and Buddhists and Christians and fascists and communists all kind of like, eh,
Agreeing. Yeah. Maybe
that
we
guy's
should go a different
crazy.
route.
Yeah, I mean, when you can see that like the people rooting for him are like the Russians and the North Koreans right now, like I don't know, and the Americans, I guess the American people.
Uh, Anyways,
But
let's get away from there. We got 15 minutes left. It's almost been 2 hours already.
all right, we'll steer away from there. My parents are supposed to drop by something. I didn't remember what, but they were supposed to come by around. I told them anytime after 11. So,
Ooh,
but they may show up a little early, and I might have to run. But so I just thought I'd warn
okay.
you.
You know what? Thinking of that, I will be right back because I did hear the dogs barking, and I want to see
Okay.
there's maybe a box opening. So I will be right back. Hold on. You can. I'm sure you can entertain them for.
Yeah. Entertain me, or I'll entertain you. I'm your clown. What's going on, guys? Ooh, really into bee stuff, but I don't know about that. It is just a gray day. It's warm, but it is just lame out. So, I'm supposed to stream this afternoon. I hope I'm alert enough because right now I feel like I could take on the world. Tell us a joke. I'm terrible with jokes. I'm the kind of guy who remembers the punchline and not the setup, so I can't contribute anything helpful to a conversation with jokes other than ruining the joke and like calling out the punchline. Yeah, unfortunately. A Rico Stan rap. Okay, let's see what I got this early in the morning. I can't even get like a beat in my head this morning. That's not a good start. I need to get more fired up. Maybe by this afternoon I can get a little more hyper and get a beatbox beat in my head. Right now, all I'm hearing is crickets. See, and that's just like not even a fun beat. That's the only one that came to my mind. Boots and cats and boots and cats. Yeah, exactly. Rico Stan rap by Eminem. Yeah, I can't even think how that song goes right now, man. My brain is not working. Robert Reed.
Oh,
Is that the shoe guy?
the shoe guy.
I don't want to say certain words and like cause issues on your stream, but somebody said Robert Reed.
Yeah, he's a pretty much a regular. We see him just about every day. This is Wally. This is my
What's
buddy
the
Wally.
name of the guy who ruined air travel for us with his shoe?
Oh God, I don't remember. I mean, I remember it happening, but I don't remember who it was.
It's something Reed, I think.
Yeah, Robert. Did you ruin air traffic?
Is it Robert or Timothy or I think no. Timothy, I think, is a different kapow, but yeah. Yeah. Anyhow. Oh, look at that doggy.
This is Wally. He's my buddy.
Yeah, he's
dog.
pretty dog.
He's
How
we
old is
thought he was an Australian Shepherd. He's got coloration stuff, but he looked like it when he was a puppy. And I've seen his parents, and his parents are Australian Shepherds. So he just he doesn't really. There's something different. I want to do the DNA test, but he's 2.5. No, not quite. Yeah, he's probably close to 2.5 years old. He's over 2 because I've had him for no, he's not 2.5. He's 1.5 years. Yeah,
Oh.
1.5 years.
So he's got that pup energy.
Yeah. He's a good dog though. He's learning a lot of stuff. He's super smart.
Going to college.
Yeah. We got another one too. 11, you want to come say hi?
You have a dog named 11?
Yeah, it's my daughter's dog.
Like Stranger Things, or
yeah. Yep. 11, come here, girl. Come here.
Does anybody look at you strange in public about that dog? Like when you're saying its name, are they? I mean, I'm sure some people are like, "That's awesome," and other people are like, "What did he say?"
We live in such a rural area that I've never taken her out in it. You know what I mean? We live very rural area. So usually when I go walk outside, I don't see anybody else. There's no people around, which is why we live here.
Yeah. You could name your dog some. You could name your dog some derogatory slur, and it'd be fine.
Yes, which happened when I was a kid. I don't want to talk about it, but I did. We did. I didn't know better. My dad knew better, but I didn't, and he let me name a dog something that was very inappropriate, and it was a slang term. And
my grandpa had a dog that was named something very, very like the most inappropriate thing that you could name a dog if you try to think about what a dog of a dark tone could be named. But it was just normal apparently back then. I was like, wow, mind blown. And that's a liberal Jewish family, my grandpa's family. They're just like, what? That was its name. And I'm like, Grandpa, you can't even say that anymore. And this was like in the 90s.
Wally's named after Walter Payton, who was a football player for the Chicago Bears. My hero. He was when I was a young man. Walter was his work ethic. The guy played football for 13 years as a running back, and he missed one game in 13 years.
Wow.
I tell the same story all the time, but he set the record for most rushing yards in a game against the Minnesota Vikings. It was like 274 yards, something like that. And he had the flu and 104-degree temperature the day he did that. I mean, he just didn't let anything tear him down. And I do. I let everything tear me down. Everything tears me down. But he just always. Oh, Brookley Bell is here. Brookley, there's a long story about this, but Brookley has the eggplant.
Tell me the short story. No, I'm just kidding.
She thought I was talking to my penis.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
So that's why she gets the eggplant. I was actually talking to my dog who passed away, Tucker. He used to always sit down by my feet right here there's a little carpet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so I was always looking down like this and talking to Tucker. So she wasn't sure if it was a dog or if I was talking to my genitals. So she had to reach out to Steven and find out.
Well, every once in a while, you got to reaffirm things with yourself,
Are you there? Are you doing okay?
Yeah. That seems like a very British thing to do. Like, are we okay, chaps?
In it.
Yeah, in it.
My son-in-law is British. He actually still lives over there. My daughter lives here, and he lives over there, but they're married.
Really?
Because he's working on his citizenship, and he didn't want to do it from here for whatever reason. So they're still working through it. It should be any time now. He should be moving over here. So
he wants to be American now.
Oh, big time, big time. Like he's the most redneck British person I've ever met. He just is
he Scottish? Do you mean he's Scottish by that?
No, I'm Scottish. My family. I have a lot of Scottish.
Glasgow is a very conservative city, like very drinking working man culture, very I'll just say it, racist too. But it's also just like oh, we should keep the old ways kind of thing. Stay out of our
Yeah,
business, government.
traditional and
Get the king out of here. Get the Englishman out of here. Get the Irishman out of here. Yada yada yada. Yeah, my
you
grandpa
got
was from there.
you got to go, don't you? Give me 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes. All right. I have more conversations with him than anybody else in my life.
That's why I'm really having a hard time with this cat going missing, is because I spent more time with that thing than any human.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
she was up all night with me. A cat is the only creature that can sleep as little as I do sometimes, It's so bizarre to have like chronic fatigue syndrome and insomnia. Like
Yeah.
it sounds like it wouldn't be possible, but
No,
it's actually very possible.
Your body is shut down, but your brain is still maybe not active, but it's still you. Yeah, I read a lot at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't be functional. I can't do anything. But I'll just get on my Kindle or whatever and read a book or something. And
I actually have to jump, Rico. My folks are here, but thank you so much for having me. And let's talk soon. And it's good to see everyone who's in the chat too.
Thanks for hanging out with me, man. And tell
thank you,
tell mom and dad I said hi.
I will. All right, you have a good one. Let's talk again soon.
See ya.
All right, bye.
There we go. That was fun. Tuesdays are nice. I like having somebody come up on Tuesdays with me. I'm going to be reaching out to people to have more people come up on Tuesdays and just hang out. So, hi everybody. Thanks for coming in and hanging out for a couple hours. We've got Geek Boy. Yeah, because it's the day you can't come up, right? That's why I did it. We do have Jenna P. is going to join us in February. Steven's going to be joining us pretty soon. I'm not sure who else. I reached out to a few other people, and I will be reaching out to others as well. Just sort of like the focus on, I want to go through the community and just have people come up and hang out. The man who friend requested me on Facebook saw who he friend requested and immediately canceled his friend request. Oh, yes, Kelly. Kelly is next Tuesday. Thank you. See, Dr. Foreman is next Tuesday. Ooh. That was loud, 11. That was 11. I'm doing an interview about art and merch today with a local artist. And you know what? Let's do that real quick because our time is just about up. And it is Tuesday, so Coro will go in just a few minutes. So let's go get it set up so it'll send you guys over there. Hold on. Excuse me. And I'm sorry, Kelly. See, the name thing, I forget the stuff all the time. I'm so forgetful. Let's see. What is his name? His name is Coro. His name is Coro. Da-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na. Well, he's got to go. Well, how come I didn't? What's going on tomorrow, and why do I need to know Spanish? What? Nola Jane, hi. Hi, everybody. Night Owl Aquatics, hello, everybody. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. What? I don't know what's going on tomorrow, and why do I need to know Spanish? I have no idea. I have no idea. I probably missed it. There's Coro. And Coro, do you have the stream set up? There it is right there. All right. And almost done. Hold on. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, wow. YouTube Studio. And Peas and Haps. The stream is going to end in just a minute, so I will put that aside and make it for tomorrow. His name is Coro. He likes to work. And all of you are fishy jerks. So, yeah, Peas and Haps, I will take a look at Brody, but I also share it out tomorrow when we stream. Sorry, this is taking me longer than I thought it would. Do. See you, Steven. All right, customization. And redirect. By the time I get this done, it's going to be time to go. There's Coro. It's done. It's saved. Okay. So now as soon as I click end here, it'll send you guys over there. Could have just posted a link. Yeah, but it's sort of nice. I think the redirect is better than a link because then people don't have to do anything. They just automatically get sent to the next place, you know? So I think that's I think that's better than just the link. Anyways, thanks everybody for hanging out with me. We'll see you tomorrow. Again, one more time. No focus on tonight, but Foxanne and Peplin are doing their members only stream. So make sure you go and watch that. And what was the other? There was something else tonight that was happening. Oh, D&D, but it's at the same time. Oh no, it's at 7. It's at 7 on Ed's channel. So it would have been a normal time that I do the focus on at the same time. Okay. All right, I'm clicking buttons now. Thank you guys. Take care. Have a good day. Yeah, I don't know what I was going to say. Bye.